What is the meaning of trading? In generic terms, not with respect to finances. Generally, where do we use the term trade?
Buying and selling.
Okay, buying and selling.
Change of transactions.
Okay, great.
Not commerce.
Okay. Any other answers? How many of you heard about the barter system? Good olden days we had. Yeah. So what was that actually?
It's basically the giving, like I give you rice and you give me wheat. So we used to exchange that.
Yeah. So it's an exchange. So the trading used to happen between two parties, and it's a Japanese system. So it's an exchange. Now the mode of exchange may be different, or the what items they were exchanging may be different. But here when we talk about trading, it is the exchange of the transaction is going to happen through money. Okay. And initially in good olden days, what used to happen was everything was over the counter. For example, if I want to buy shares, then I had to walk and get the shares, kind of a bond on the paper, and sign and get it. Okay. But now everything is kind of so digitalized. Everything is, available in the form of, everything is a software now. There is a platform available. There are thousands of brokers available. Just within one click of a button, whatever your investment is there, it is going to go to the NSE or wherever you are going to invest, and then you're going to get profit in next 15 to 20 minutes. That's it. When we talk about intraday, that's all. Sitting in the same place, having one system with good internet connectivity. That's all what you need. And if I ask, if you ask me how much I should be educated for this, I may say 5th standard mathematics is more than enough for you. Multiplication, addition, subtraction, division. Basics, good enough. It's like car driving, no? We don't say car drivers are highly educated. They should be highly educated. No, nothing like that. The basic skills, that's all. Okay. All right. So now let's begin with, let me share my screen. So do not focus on what I'm right now opening. Okay, this will come later. What is this, right? I will show you again. So I'm just opening the text so that All right. So now, when we are a trader, okay, so we have an opportunity of buying as well as selling. Now, generally what we do, when the price of a particular share is going up, when the price of a particular stock is going up, what do? We first buy it. Consider any of your business. Consider, say I have a business of books, okay? So now I want to buy books first. From a wholesaler I buy. So my buy price of that is very cheap. Then what do? I add to that the margin. I add to that the shop rent, taxes and all that, whatever is the day-to-day expenses. I add everything and then I sell it to customer. Now the buying price is what? It's a wholesale price. Buying price is wholesale price. And what is the selling price? It's a retail price. We generally ask, right, if we if anything we purchase, right? So did you go to wholesale market and bought, or you went to a retail shop or bought? Wholesale market, the price of the stuff or the products are cheaper than the retail price. So always buying happens in the lower price and selling happens at the higher price. Now consider a particular stock. Okay, so let's consider Reliance stock. Now, what price the Reliance is trading at? Anybody has any idea? Can we quickly check? I'll show you how. Don't worry about all this. Okay, this is all everything from the scratch. I'm going to teach you. So 2,398, 2,400. Let's keep it. Okay, so now the Reliance stock is trading at 2,400. Now, say for example, all my technical analysis, what we are going to learn throughout the course, if that indicates that the Reliance is going to go up from 2,400 to 2,450, then what do I do? If that is the indication, then what do I do? Will I buy or sell?
I will buy right now.
Yes, because the indication was what? It is going from 2,400 to 2,450. So 50 rupees, it is going to go up. Means immediately what will I do? I will buy. Then when it reaches to 2,450, I'm going to sell it. So how much profit did I get here?
50 per stock.
50 rupees. Isn't it simple subtraction? Okay, so profit is 50 rupees. Now, this is what I said is for one share, one stock. Now, nobody is, if you're an investor or a trader, you are not going to just settle with one stock. You're definitely going to go ahead with 50, 100 quantities. Now, imagine if you have 100 stocks, then 5,000 right away profit is with you. Now, how do we say that buy is at 2,400? That's the analysis what we are going to do. All right. Now, this is the buying part. Now, as a trader, we also have another thing called as stock sell call. This is called as buy call. This is called as buy call, where what did we do? We bought first and then we sold. In the the previously how it was when the market was just evolving, how was it? Only the buy calls were supported. Say for example, some XYZ company, and I just go and invest at 2,400, and unfortunately if it comes down, instead of going up 2,450, it comes down to say 2,300 or 350, then I'm at loss. Okay, so there was no support for sell call, but gradually when the it started evolving, the sell call got introduced. Now, what is the meaning of sell call? Now you get all the indication that the stock is going down, the Reliance is going to go down. What do? First, we are going to sell it. First, we are going to sell it. Say 2,500. Now it goes down. Now at some point, we are going to buy it at say 2,400. Again here, what is the profit we made? The profit was 100 rupees. Now this is a buy call. So as a trader, what opportunity we have here is whether stock price goes up or it comes down, it really doesn't matter. When a proper indication comes, if there is a buy indication or if the stock is going up, that is the indication, then I'm going to go for buy call. If the stock is coming down, if it is the stock price is reducing and I get an indication of that, now then I'm going to go for sell call. So if you see both the calls here we are just performing the first action as buying, and then we are executing the sell. So the buy plus sell is called as transaction. One transaction is complete when buy and sell both are executed. So here what we are doing, here we are doing sell first and then buying. But if you observe one thing, always here both the way, buying price is always less than the selling price, because that is what the fundamental of the market, wholesale and retail, demand and supply. We'll see in detail what is it, how it is getting created. First of all, how the demand is getting created, how the supply is getting created. How many of you have seen that market is unidirectional? It just keeps growing in one direction? Never. Then it is not even called as market. Always the market is bidirectional. It travels in the form of a wave. Okay. So the main difference between the investor and a trader. Who can tell me? What is the difference between investor and a trader?
Not exactly sure, but an investor is basically a person who invests in like a company, who puts his money entirely in the company, and he gets his return as per the equity and the profit. But a trader can buy and sell the stocks that he's bought of the particular company.
Got it. Yeah. So investor is associated with the company and it is going to be a long-term association. But as a trader, I can even have an association with one of the stock just 10 minutes and come out. There is no emotions which are attached. Today I'm trading in Reliance, tomorrow I'll trade in TCS, day after tomorrow I'll trade in Mahindra and Mahindra. I really don't care how the stock is performing, because for me what matters is in that 10 minutes whether I'm getting a profit or not, that's all. But if I'm an investor, what do? I'm really interested in their business. Oh, because I have invested my 10 lakhs in Reliance. Now let's see what he's doing. Let's see where the Reliance is going. Let's see what they're acquiring. What other, the new business proposals they're bringing in. I have to really break my head into all that, isn't it? So directly or indirectly, I'm emotionally getting connected to the company. But as a trader, I'm not. 10 minutes job, over, come out, that's all. So now, if we are an investor, so what is that we have to look for? For example, there is a beautiful website. It's called a screener.in. Okay, screener.in. You can give any company here. Say I give HDFC Bank, and everything related to HDFC Bank is here. HDFCbank.com. It is listed under Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange. When the company gets listed, when they want to come public, isn't it? When they want more investment. Now HDFC initially started, they had some plan of investing. Okay, now they want to grow big. So they want more investment. So what they do? They list it in the NSE or BSE. Now it is available for everybody. Now what people do? They buy. When they buy, they pay. So they're getting the investment. That is how the companies get listed. Of course, listing is not easy. Okay, there are a lot of protocols and rules it has to be, one has to follow to get listed under NSE and BSE. It's not easy. Okay, it should be so many years company, and it's consistently how it is making. All those things they will see. All right, now what is the market cap? All this is done. Now coming here, the quarterly results. So who has to see all that? If I'm an investor, definitely have to see all that. How they're performing. Is it improving or it is decaying? Profit and loss. Every quarter or every year, how is it? Over the period of time, how they have performed. Very good. All right, revenue is good. And now there's something called as balance sheet. I think account people know better than me. What is balance sheet? How it looks like? What is it, first of all? So cash flow. Now, the most interesting part here is when it comes to shareholding pattern. Now, if I want to invest in HDFC, what do I look is how much is the shareholding FIIs and DIIs are holding. Who are FIIs? Foreign institutional investors and domestic institutional investors. If Puneet alone is investing, now he is not an institutional investor. He is a retail trader or retail investor, I can say. Who is institutional investor? If TradeWiz as an institution invests, then it's an institutional investment. Say, for example, if I open this foreign institutional investors, government of Singapore had invested in HDFC. They have pulled out their investment from June 2020. So till that they had been investing 1.25% of total shares. So government of Singapore, only 1% is there? No, it's an entity, right? It's an institution. So government of Singapore as an institute has invested here. So now first let me look at this. How many FIIs are already there? Because it gives me a confidence that, okay, now government of Singapore is investing, then it's a good stock. More FIIs are there, more liquidity is there. The chances of stock price going up is very high because a lot of good investors are there. So similarly, let me also focus on DIIs, which is domestic institutional investors. Can you see all these are local institutional players? These are, the foreign institutional. So ICICI Prudential Life is invested in HDFC. And vice versa can also be true. HDFC has gone and invested in ICICI. LIC, UTI. Just look at how many, and then this is the government and public. So these are the four categories of, so what we have to look at is, if you're a long-term investor, if you want to really have a, 2-3 years of investment in one company, so all this is necessary to look at. Now there's a question comes, why Singapore had, pulled out its investment from June 2020?
Probably COVID.
Yeah, probably. And I don't see it's a probability. Maybe it's a decision.
It
Right?
probably could be that their stock rate was low and it was not probably acceptable to the Singapore government because they weren't able to probably earn how much they wanted.
Yes. Or probably whatever they had invested here, they might have gotten that output, or whatever they just, and probably the other stock would have kind of really impressed them. Then they went and took out the investment and invested there.
Yeah, they would have
yeah.
They would have invested elsewhere, so they must have pulled out.
Yeah. Many reasons. But for us, if this was here, then you know what? Singapore government has this much stake. It's a good stock. I'm not saying HDFC is not a good stock, okay? I'm not giving any recommendation. I'm just trying to tell you how do we analyze this if you are a long-term investor.
So are these in terms of percentages?
Yes.
Okay.
And now as a, as a trader, I'm not interested because my business is what? My business is to just go and invest intraday. If I'm an intraday trader, then I'll just complete my transaction within that day. Intraday means same day I'm going to buy and sell, close my transaction, peacefully go to sleep. All right. So now what we will do is, the way we have different, okay, let me ask you this question. If there is an organization and a lot of employees are working there and a lot of employees are joining and leaving, because of organization, it will have an inflow and outflow, attrition will also be there. Now a higher management asks you a question. that can you present the data, the overall data of what is the attrition since last 6 months. Now, if I just give that in an Excel sheet that, okay, on this day, this girl left the organization. On this day, this guy. Total in that January month, there were 60 people who resigned. If I give this data versus if I put it in a chart, and then represent, okay, these were the inflow, and January, this is how happened, and there's a chart, the attrition rate has reduced or increased, whatever. Now, what do you think is better? What do you think is more readable for the higher management? They will not do anything with the data, XLS, isn't it? But
Yep.
if you represent that in a readability form, then it will be very, very easy for them to understand what we're trying to say. Similarly, if I give you data, now, Naveen comes and asks me, Nandini, TCS is good to invest or not? Now I say, instead of just telling that, or you know what, Naveen, yesterday it was trading at this price. Day before yesterday, this is what happened in TCS. Last month, you know what? Okay, they invested somewhere and the price went up. And previous year, though, you cannot even talk about it. It was Corona and all that. I don't know what happened. All of them, they started pulling out there. If I just give these numbers to him, what he's going to do with that? Versus if I show him the chart and say, this is what it is there in front of you. And this is the performance of the TCS over a period of time. Which is easy?
The chart
Second.
easy to
Chart.
print.
Yeah, right. So that's why similarly, the fluctuation or the variation of the stock price is always captured through the chart. Now, there are different types of charts, okay? But what we are interested in is the Japanese candle pattern. What do we call it as? Japanese candle pattern, because Japanese invented that chart first. So now how do we see that? Let me just show you that. Go to any browser, just put in.investing.com. Now we are coming to that. In.investing.com. There are a lot of free websites available to see this. This is one of my, regularly what I use. I'm just showing you. Now this is investing.com and you can always log in using your Gmail. Now there is something called as live charts here. You can click on the live charts.
Do we need to log in?
Yes, you have to use your Gmail ID and log in.
Okay.
Now the live charts got loaded. Let me expand this because it is very small. So let me expand this to the screen size. Now here in the right side, what I see is I can add any symbol I want. These are all different symbols which are available. Means these are all different stocks. ITC is there, Infi, ICICI Bank, Yes Bank, Axis Bank, HDFC, Coal India, all that. Okay. Now this is what you're seeing on the screen is the candle pattern. First of all, the name, because here every, this one here, what you're looking at here, they look like candle, which is having a upper tail or the lower tail. Some candles they don't have, they interpret something. Actually, when we open this chart, it speaks to you, it tells something. That is what is there in the analysis now. I say, this candle has come. Now the probability of, this whatever USD INR going down is higher. Now, how did I know that when this candle comes, that's the highest? It's going down now. It's live market now. Now, how did I say? Because I know what this candle means. I know what this candle means. Reliance we were talking about. So let me just type in Reliance, and Reliance Industries comes here. NSE, National Stock Exchange. It is listed under National Stock Exchange. And just let me open that. Reliance got loaded. Don't worry about what is all these. All these things we're going to study in detail slowly. Okay, I'm just showing you only bits and pieces of it. Now here, if I tell you that this candle is a very, very powerful candle, and whenever this kind of a candle gets formed on the chart, whenever you spot this kind of a chart, then there is a guaranteed sell call. Sell first, buy next, or sell low, sell high, buy low.
Sorry, can you show which one you were indicating to?
This one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But what is that significance of this? That we will be doing that. We'll be studying in detail what are the patterns, what are different candle patterns, what patterns we have to capture so that we will have a successful trade. So now I would say, whenever this kind of a green candle comes, you can easily take a trade. I would say that. Buy call. Now you buy here. This is how it has gone up. And that is what we want when we buy. So all these candles, what they're representing is the moment or the fluctuation or the variation of the stock price. And they directly indicate the performance of the Reliance stock. Now, these are all different time frames, okay? Let me just go to 1 day and explain. It will be clear for you. Now, when I shifted to 1 day, the pattern changed, isn't it? Now here, the x-axis gives you the date and the time. The y-axis gives the price of the stock. Now the x-axis, when I move my mouse on any of one of the candles, can you see what is coming? 1st July 2022. It means the Reliance performance on the 1st July was something like this. Now that something like this, we should know how to read it. That's all. Isn't it easy? Rather than going to the XLS, when it opened, when it closed, what date. Now I can see in the whole screen, I can see the performance of the Reliance. See here, from here to here, it had come down. From here to here, it had gone up. So whenever the indication is given to me that this is a buy indication, I'm going to buy and I'm going to exit here. Whenever the indication is given to me that this is a sell, I'm going to sell and I'm going to buy here. Okay. So every candle is showing the performance of the Reliance Industries on that day, which day it is indicating. Say this is 2nd June. 2nd June, this was the performance. And from 12th of May till almost 6th of June, which is almost how many days? 24 days or 20 days. It has continuously gone up from what price to what price? 2,402. I'm looking the price here. 2,402 to 2,781. 380 points in 24 days. So 380 points is for the Reliance is 12%. If you are able to capture this point, nothing like it. Okay. All right. So when I just said now that, you know, you have to, when this kind of indication comes, we are going to buy and then we are going to sell. Now, how exactly, what exactly is the meaning of that? Let's see that. Okay. Quickly, 2 minutes. Bits and pieces I'm telling, don't worry, even if you don't understand. Okay. We have 13 classes to go. What will we do in 13 classes? I'm just opening my broker account. Okay. Yeah. Now this is the broker account. This also looks similar to investing.com. There is nothing, just that, you know, the watch list was right side. Now it has shifted to left side here. That's all. Okay. So now here, let's take an example of Reliance. So I'm adding this. This is the Reliance stock. There is a button called chart. So let me load that chart. So Reliance chart came. If I want to load the Nifty 50 chart, when I click on this, Nifty 50 comes here. So how easy is it to analyze it? Just having one account with the broker. Now, consider that I want to buy. There is a buy indication and I want to buy. What will I do? I just go click the button. How many quantities? 100 quantities. What is the amount which is required to buy 100 quantities Reliance? Approximately 48,000. Got it. Now, is it an intraday? Yes, it's an intraday. Means what? Within the market hours on the same day, I'm going to buy and sell. I'm going to close both the transaction, both the calls within the same day. I'm not going to carry forward. Means today I'm going to buy, then tomorrow, day after, or next week, I'm not going to sell. That is called as long term. You have to choose this button then. But this one, intraday. Now this is the amount. Okay. Now what is the price I'm going to buy? Say some price, 2398. Let me place a buy. Done. Okay. Now, so order is placed here. That's why it's saying the order is placed. Reliance order is placed. And when it is going to execute? Tomorrow, because now markets are closed, right? Now it's not running. What is the next thing? Say tomorrow, I get the required profit, whatever 100 rupees or 70 rupees, whatever is up. Now what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell. Go to sell. Same 100 quantities I'm going to sell. But at what price I have to sell? Now 2398 was my buy price. Say for example, 2460 is my sell price, because my sell price has to be greater than the buy to get the profit. Now say sell. Okay. So this is how just within a click of a button, we are doing all the transaction sitting at one place. The trade is done. Okay. Now, I just wanted to show this to you, that how easy is it to, when I say buy at this price. Now we are going to analyze in the chart. We are going to analyze the chart. Okay, from this point I have to buy, because all the indications what we are going to study as a strategy rules, everything is satisfying at this point. So let me place a call at 2385 and let me end the call at 2420. So buy, sell. Right side you will have chart, left side you will have that particular stock, and you're just doing buy and sell. Okay. Now the other part is what? The other thing is, you may be thinking that, okay, now if I have to buy 100 quantities, no, the investment is huge, 50,000. No, initially I can't really invest that much. Do we have any other option to, buy or trade? Yes, of course. We have something called as options. We have something called as options. Okay. So that's a totally different concept altogether. Just want to show you what is options. Okay. So if I have to, how the price differs, that's what I just wanted to show you. July. Let me, where is it? July. 2400. Now, if I have to buy the Reliance futures, for example, if I have to buy this, if I click on buy, can you see what is the money which is required to buy this? 1,35,000. Now I say, no, 1,35,000. I really don't want to invest at all. I'm a beginner. I don't want to invest. So what is the other option which I have? You can go for options. Now, what is that? How much is the investment here? 16,000. Now this is where we are going to trade. This is where we are going to trade. Okay. Now, there are different indicators on the chart we can apply. There are different indicators on the chart one can apply. Sorry, excuse me. Just be with me. Don't worry what I'm applying. This again, we are going to cover in detail in the classes. So I'm just, I want to show you how the indicator look like. Now, why did we choose 144 and 55 is the question. This is a question to all of you. Assignment for the next class. Why we have 55 and 144 numbers here? Why not any other number I did enter? Why only this? So if I have these two, whenever there is a crossover, can you see how it has fallen? Whenever the pink line has crossed over the black line, it has fallen down. Vice versa. See, from here, from this point, it has started coming down. And vice versa, if the pink line has crossed the black line from bottom to top, ulta, something like this. How it has gone up. If I have to draw the trend here, what's the trend of the Reliance when the crossover happened? This is how it has gone up. From which place to which place? 2,477 approximately to 2,644. Now, what if we have this kind of an indicator which indicates you that, okay, now the crossover has happened. Now you initiate a buy call. And here, coming to here, now there is a reverse crossover. No matter what, don't go for buy call because now it is starting to come down. So this is the beauty of indicators. So all these we are going to use. First, we are going to study the candle patterns. What are the different candle patterns? What is the meaning of this candle pattern? For example, it's a very small one. What is the meaning of this? This doesn't have a body at all. Only I can see is tails. So what is the meaning of this? Now this has a very big body. Filled part is called as body. So what is the meaning of this? Now, what are these small candles? What they indicate? Every candle has a meaning. There's a story behind the candle. What kind of a story? How much demand was there? How much supply was there? How many buyers were there? How many sellers were there? So that is the first indication which we have to see because we have to go along with them, isn't it? If the buyers are more, then I would go with buyers. For me, what matters? How much ever time I'm investing on the market, I want to have some profit and come out, that's all. Isn't it? Okay. So similarly, when I get to know sellers are more, then I'll go for sell call. Sell first, buy next. These indicators support. All right. So this is precisely, I did not even cover I would say 1% of what the whole course. Okay, some bit here and all I have just taken some pieces and I just wanted to show that this is how you will be. So what you are going to do is, now the way I showed in the broker platform, you're placing a buy call at one point and selling at one point, and that thing, the profit is minimum going to be 5%. That is what you will be trained here. The minimum profit is equal to 5% per trade, means per trade per stock. Now you have 5 different stock, the charts open. Reliance in one tab, next is TCS, next is Nifty Bank, next is Nifty 50. Can I trade? Of course you can trade. It all depends on your capacity. Okay. Now minimum of 5% per trade per stock. Then all the 5 stocks, if they give, at least 4 out of 5 stocks give you 5%, then how is it? So this is an opportunity what you have. And you're not, let me cover that in the next class. What are the different markets? What is the huge opportunity we have? If you're not getting time to invest in Indian market, go for commodity market, which is till night 11:30. Even if you don't have time there, go for Forex. Don't think Forex is illegal. Of course it is illegal, but most of us, we do Forex trading. Because I'll show you what is the opportunity what we have. There's a huge money in Forex. See, only thing is strategy has to be perfect. If it is a global strategy, everywhere it works, whether you choose, because see, basically the strategy or the rules are derived from what? The fundamentals of the market, which is demand and supply. And now every market will have demand and supply. Somebody said Forex is not, doesn't have demand and supply. No, not at all. There also buyers and sellers are there. Bitcoin also buyers and sellers are there. Ethereum also people are there who are doing this, that only, buying and selling. So demand and supply, wherever it is there, then if this strategy is derived from that, then what is the worry? Now weekends you're going to get some time, 2 hours, 3 hours, invest in Bitcoin. I mean, crypto, not necessarily Bitcoin. There are a lot of cryptocurrency. That's that you should be ready to pay 30% tax on whatever profit you gain. That's all. That's the last budget. That's what they came up with, right? Currency is there. INR versus USD, INR versus GBP. Currency pairs are there. The first one, what we saw here, USD, INR, default what came. So why I'm actually telling you all this? At the end of the day, you should not come and tell that, you know what, today I didn't get time to trade, or since 1 month I'm not getting time to trade. Okay. All right. So any questions you have for me? Sorry, my voice is very bad today because I have some cold. Any questions for me? No questions. Why all of you are so serious?
We are just thinking, I guess.
Pin drop silence.
That's what I am doing.
Pin drop silence.
Lot more questions is what I have for
I got
that
that.
matter. Yeah. So just trying to understand what's the basics first. So yeah, need that.
I got it. Any profitable strategies? What strategy we are going to teach you now? That is what I said is, 5%. That is the most profitable strategy which I have ever seen. Yes, in options buying. Okay, and this gives 5% and 7%, depends on whether same trend or opposite trend. All right, and the accuracy of this is 80%. So as and when I give the entry rules to you, you can always go back and back test it. That is highly recommended. So you got to go back and back test it, how it had worked. I keep telling this in every class. Please go back and back test, and wherever it has not given this one, you bring it to me. And we are a group of people who continuously identifying the more good strategies and all that. So maybe it may help us fine tune the existing one. Now 80% accuracy, I said. What is the meaning of 80% accuracy? Out of 10 calls, 8 will hit target, 2 may go for loss. 2 may be loss. Sometimes it is 9 out of 10 also. 2 may be loss. Why? Maybe it is because of our mistake. Or the strategy had told you that you got to exit at 5% and you, hey, you know what, yesterday I exited 5%, but it had given 20% to me. Now today I will not exit at 5, yeah. Yesterday I could not trade, I was driving. So today let me earn yesterday's and today's. So now who is entering greedy mode? What is who is disciplined trader? Who is following 5%, for example. Now already that human being who's sitting in front of the system is greedy. In that greed mode, what and all you can do? So that is the training. That is the first thing one should really, practice. And believe me, this psychology helps you even in your personal life. I was a very impatient person because I take up too much of multiple things in life. Okay, that this yoga and some music. They have to make them ready in the morning, office, trading, this class, all that hodgepodge thing. Okay, now what happens is when that is there, no, so I easily lose my patience. If something comes up, I'm like, so this really helped me in having a lot of patience. Now I'm so kind of calm, energetic, always kind of, I'll just try to be calm and, not to lose my patience. So how? Because I have practiced here. Because I got to wait for the call. I can't do anything in hurry-burry in trading because my money is at stake. Isn't it? So that is the patience we learn. And more of it. It's not only patience, lot of things. All right. So last 1 minute I would like to take here is, how many of you have gone to, the hiking, trekking, hiking, or marathon? How many of you have participated any time in life?
On and off trekking.
On and off trekking. Great. Naveen, yeah. Vinay. Okay. Where did you go? Puneet, you didn't go?
Marathons.
Oh, you have run the marathons. Okay. Puneet, now you will go. Be ready for that. Okay. So why I did that is, just think that now I will ask Jinai, hey, you know what, tomorrow let's go to Manas Sarovar. He may say no because it's a very bright opportunity. Oh, wow, you know what? Okay, I have a company, let me go. And that is once in lifetime. We get to see that Kailash, whatever. Let me go. But also, he has not worked on his fitness. He has to build his muscle. Yeah, everything has to be prepared properly, probably 6 months prior to the planning, and then go. He may come, but what might happen? A lot of wear and tear. He may not enjoy that hike. Breathing problem, whatever it is. Maybe he might have not practiced the breathing exercises, whatever which is required for the high altitude, whatever, anything. I'm just giving you that example. Now the trading is something like this. Now, if you are clear that, okay, let me go to the hiking next year this time, then you will start preparing from today. Okay, what kind of, even including minor things, okay, what kind of a water bottle I have to pick up? What kind of a shoes I have to wear in the snow? What kind of a backpack? What should I eat there if nothing is available? Any supplements? Everything, what kind of a clothes? So though it looks very silly, but yes, of course we do that, isn't it? Here only in Kumara Parvata, just in Karnataka, we do all that. Tent, should we carry the tent? Should we carry blanket? All this. Now trading is something like this. Just because you have 5 lakhs of rupees, okay, let me start invest all the 5 lakhs just after the course, not possible. We will not allow you to do that. So it has to happen step by step. Initially, once the course is done, at the end, you will start virtual trading, which is the paper trading for 15 days, which is 2 weeks. Then you will be capturing all your emotions and whether the strategy is completely followed or not. You'll be sharing those trades. And next, what happens? Once it is done, 2 weeks of practice, then you will be investing only 8 to 10,000, which is required to buy one lot of options, which is that less investment. Nowadays, it is possible. Even less than that, but I'm just taking 8 and 10,000. So 1 month you will be trading using that, till that gives you 50% return in 1 month. Okay, if you are investing 10,000 becoming 15,000, till that you are not going to add even a single rupee on that. Then you can slowly increase it to 20,000, 30, 40. This is how you're going to, this is the way to become a consistent trader. So my request for all of you is, it's a promise you're going to give. in between the strategy, you're not going to trade, because the strategy, I'll tell you when the strategy is going to end, because I cannot deliver the strategy, the complete one, in just 2-3 days. Slowly I have to take you. Okay. So a lot of people, they feel like investing in between. Oh, you know what? Yesterday this topic got covered. Let me invest today. Who are right now trading. Don't do that. Okay. All right. So 2 days a week, Tuesday and Thursday, 8:45 to 9:45. 13 classes, 1 or 2 classes here and there. Let's see. If you need, we will take it. Okay. All right. So any questions? I know a lot of questions because it was just a overview session. From next class onwards, we'll be doing everything in detail. And welcome all of you again. And let's rock. Okay. And okay, so whatever goal you set, write it in a piece of paper and keep it with you. So it's just when you write, no, it remains in the memory. Okay. All right. So let's meet on Tuesday. Till then, bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
Very good
Thank
night.
you. Thank you so much.